Hello, you're watching CVR News English. This is Havila Kottapalli. Welcome to World Bulletin. Well, moving to the details, a dozen leaders from Europe and Canada visited Ukraine's capital to mark the third anniversary of Russia's invasion in the show of continued support from some of Kyiv's most important backers. The visitors were greeted at the train station by Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andriy Sabiha and the President's Chief of Staff Andriy Yermak. Among them were European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. In a post on X, von der Leyen wrote that Europe was in Kyiv because Ukraine is in Europe. Well, also in this fight for survival, it is not only the destiny of Ukraine that it is at the stake, it's Europe's destiny, she wrote.
Don't push now. Time in on the train since the past 3 years. Great. Shots?
Minister is here.
Hello, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Minister. Hello, how are you? Pleasure to see you again.
Hey, I can see it.
So, Mr.
President.
Mr. President. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome.
Minister.
Unfortunately, not very good.
Prime Minister. Head of the office. President. Andriy
Nice to meet you again. Yeah.
Prime Minister. Head of the office. Andriy Yermak. Minister for Foreign Affairs of Ukraine.
You're welcome.
I know these guys. Thank you. Welcome.
Andrei,
Head of the office, Andriy
very good to be here.
Yermak. Minister for Foreign Affairs, Andriy Sabiha. And Ambassador.
Kan han ta den där bara?
Great. Good to be here.
Advisor of the President of the Commission and Ambassador of Finland. Welcome.
Are we ready to move?
Advisor of President,
Hey, good to see you. Thank you very much.
Mr. President. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome.
Minister for Foreign Affairs of Ukraine.
Unfortunately, not very nice to be here.
Minister for Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, Andriy Sabiha. Ukraine.
Oh no, this is an important day for all of us to be. I'm here for it.
Yeah. Advisor of our President of the Commission and of course your Ambassador. Welcome. The Office of President Andriy Yermak. Minister for Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, Andriy Sabiha.
But there's
Head of the office, Andriy.
Very good to be here. Okay. Don't push now. Time in on the train since the past 3 years. Great. Shots?
Minister is here.
Hello, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Minister. Hello, how are you? Pleasure to see you again.
Hey, I can see it.
So, Mr.
Mr. President.
Mr. President. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome.
Minister for
Unfortunately, not very good.
Prime Minister. Head of the office. President. Andriy Sabiha.
Nice to meet
Minister
you
for
again.
Foreign Affairs.
Yeah.
Prime Minister. Head of the office. Andriy Yermak.
Pope Francis remained in a critical condition and blood tests showed early kidney failure, but he remains alert, responsive and attended Mass The Vatican said as the 88-year-old pontiff battles pneumonia and a complex lung infection. Archbishop of Bologna, Cardinal Matteo Zuppi, led prayers for Pope Francis as the pontiff remains in a critical condition due to the double pneumonia. The Vatican reported initial kidney insufficiency and a guarded prognosis. Churches across Italy continue to hold special prayers for his recovery.
Maria Santissima, premurosa e tenera nel soccorrere i suoi figli che si trovano nel dolore, lo sostenga in questo momento di prova e di sofferenza. La parola di Dio e la preghiera raccoglieranno ed esprimeranno tutte le nostre parole e le esprimono con pienezza. Ci aiuteranno a sentirci in comunione tra noi, con il Santo Padre, con tutta la Chiesa, in particolare con le Chiese in Italia, che in questi giorni prossimi si ritroveranno in tanti modi sempre nella dolce compagnia di Maria per intercedere per la guarigione del Papa. Sappiamo anche quanti si uniscono a noi, tanti nella amicizia hanno affidato a noi la preghiera, quanti attestati di riconoscenza e di stima che presentiamo tutti al Signore perché doni protezione e renda forte nella fede il Papa Francesco. Preghiamo. O Dio, che in Maria, madre del tuo Figlio, hai posto il segno della nostra difesa e del nostro aiuto, concedi a Papa Francesco di godere la salute del corpo e dello spirito, perché continui ad essere per la Chiesa testimone del tuo Vangelo di misericordia, a presiederla nella comunione.
Ricolma di grazia la tua Chiesa. Dona salute a Papa Francesco. Estendi il dono della pace a tutti i popoli. Rendi tutti i defunti partecipi della Pasqua eterna.
Maria Santissima, premurosa e tenera nel soccorrere i suoi figli che si trovano nel dolore, lo sostenga in questo momento di prova e di sofferenza. La parola di Dio e la preghiera raccoglieranno ed esprimeranno tutte le nostre parole e le esprimono con pienezza. Ci aiuteranno.
German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has conceded defeat as the CSU secures a victory in Germany's national election. The right-wing AFD made history by finishing second with 20.4% of the vote, marking its strongest national result ever. Friedrich Merz, a CDU leader, vowed swift government formation, rejecting any coalition with Scholz SPD, which suffered its worst result since WW2. The election, dominated by migration debates, saw international figures like Elon Musk and JD Vance weigh in, and analysis predict a CDU-led coalition but remain uncertain about Scholz's future role. US President Donald Trump congratulated German conservatives on social media, calling it a great day for Germany and for the United States under his leadership. Millions voted in Germany for a new federal government after the three-party coalition fell apart for the end of last year, prompting a snap election.
Ja, also natürlich fällt jetzt so ein bisschen der Wahlkampf von einem ab, aber ich fühle mich gut, ich fühle mich vor allen Dingen hier in dieser Atmosphäre aufgeschlossen. Die CDU ist gut drauf, wir feiern heute Abend, aber morgen wird gearbeitet.
Das ist ein bitteres Wahlergebnis für die Sozialdemokratische Partei. Das ist auch eine Wahlniederlage. Das, finde ich, muss bei dem Ergebnis einmal am Anfang klar und deutlich gesagt werden. Und für mich ist auch ganz wichtig zu sagen, das ist ein Ergebnis, aus dem wir gemeinsam nach vorne gehen müssen.
Jetzt war Stefan Raab bei uns und ab jetzt heißt es Hermo Sambo.
I have made the decision of a military operation.
Putin's aggression against Ukraine will end up costing Russia dearly.
Zelensky better move fast or he's not going to have a country left.
Well, the Germany's conservative opposition leader Friedrich Merz won a lackluster victory in a national election, while Alternative for Germany doubled its support in the strongest showing for a far-right world party since World War II. The projection showed Chancellor Olaf Scholz conceded defeat for its centre-left Social Democrats after what he called a bitter election result.
29. Das ist ein kleinsten Schwankungen davonkommt. FDP mehr als halbiert, 4,9% Chancen auf.
Das bisher schlechteste Ergebnis. CDU, CSU 28,5%, Grüne 12%, leichte Verluste, FDP 5%, deutliche Verluste und unklar, ob es reicht. AfD 20%, sehr deutliche Gewinne, Linke 9% Gewinne, BSW 5%, erstmals angetreten, auch unklar, ob es reicht, und andere Parteien bei 4%.
29. Das ist Einigung auf 13,5 sind der Ampelpartner, der mit den kleinsten Schrammen davonkommt. FDP mehr als halbiert, 4,9.
A contentious Trump administration proposal to give US $500 billion worth of profits from Ukrainian rare earth minerals as compensation for its wartime assistance to Kyiv has been taken off the table, President Zelensky said, indicating a more equitable deal is in the works. Zelensky had earlier declined a US draft agreement on exploitation of his country's valuable minerals such as lithium used in the aerospace, defense and nuclear industries because it did not contain security guarantees and came with a $500 billion price tag. Well, the question of $500 billion is no longer there, Zelensky told a news conference at a forum of government officials in Kyiv, marking the 3-year anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. The Ukrainian leader said consideration aid as a debt to be repaid would be a Pandora box that would set a precedent requiring Kyiv to reimburse all its backers.
І тому я маю прагматичний підхід до наших відносин з сьогоднішньою адміністрацією і буду продовжувати саме так, але безумовно я би не назвав ці слова в мою адресу від президента Трампа компліментами, м'яко кажучи. Я розумію це так, але для чого ображатись? Ображався би на слово диктатор той, хто є диктатор. А так я це сприймаю як, ну що ж, зробиш. І я не збираюсь визнавати 500. Хто б що не говорив, як би ми не спілкувалися. При всій повазі, ще раз, при всій повазі до партнерів, але, я стійко стою, тому що це правдива ситуація. Абсолютно ми праві. І друга ситуація, якщо чесно, навіть 100 мільярдів я не готовий фіксувати. Поясню чому. Тому що ми не маємо визнавати гранти як борги. Подобається це чи не подобається? Якщо це вимушено, і нам зараз, і ми без цього не можемо, напевно, ми на це повинні йти. Але у мене питання, скажіть логічне, і мені на нього ніхто не може відповісти. Коли Сполучені Штати Америки продають зброю Ізраїлю, Катару, Саудівській Аравії, Об'єднаним Арабським Еміратам, чи вони заробляють 100%? Все нормально, я просто хочу діалогу з президентом Трампом. Мені здається, я справедлив в тому, що я хочу діалогу.
US President Donald Trump said the United States has closed an agreement with Ukraine on sharing revenue from Ukrainian minerals as part of the efforts to end the Ukrainian war. He said the United States wanted to recoup the billions of dollars in military aid Washington has given to Ukraine in its fight to repel Russian invaders, and he said the United States is asking for rare earths, oil or anything we can get.
The war between Russia and Ukraine, people are being killed, mostly young men, mostly Russian and Ukrainian men, at levels you've never seen before, thousands of people a week. And I've spoken to President Putin, and I think that thing is going to end. It's got to end. It's a horrible, horrible thing to watch. I'm dealing with President Zelensky. I'm dealing with President Putin. I'm trying to get the money back that, or secured, because, Europe is given $100 billion. The United States has given $350 billion. Because we had a stupid, incompetent president and administration. 350. But here's worse. Europe gave it in the form of a loan. They get their money back. We gave it in the form of nothing. So I want them to give us something for all of the money that we put up. and I'm going to try and get the war settled, and I'm going to try and get all that death ended. So we're asking for rare earth and oil, anything we can get. But we feel so stupid. Here's Europe. And you know, it affects Europe. It doesn't really affect us, except we don't like to see two things. Number one, how Biden got us into this thing in the first place. Terrible. But why is it that he didn't ask for equalization? Europe should put up more money than us. But even if you said the same thing, how come we went so far out front? And he didn't know that Europe gets his money back. They did it in the form of a loan. We don't get our money back. The war between Russia and Ukraine, people are being killed, mostly young men, mostly Russian and Ukrainian men, at levels you've never seen before, thousands of people a week. And I've spoken to President Putin, and I think that thing is going to end, but it's got to end.
Hundreds of thousands gathered in Beirut to bid farewell to Hezbollah's slain leader Hassan Nasrallah, nearly 5 months after his killing in an Israeli airstrike. Supporters filed the Cameli Carmen Sports City Stadium before joining a massive funerary procession. The funeral also included Hashem Saifuddin, who briefly led Hezbollah after Nasrallah's death before being killed in another Israeli strike.
صراحة شعور لا يوصف، لأنه أول شيء بتحس إنك أنت خسرت إنسان بحجم وطن، خسرت لبنان، خسر إنسان كان هو يعني كل شيء للبنان، هو البي الحنون، هو السلام، هو الأمان لنا بكل معنى الكلمة.
أدركنا لبيك لبيك أدركنا لبيك لبيك خالد إلى النداء كل أرض
ونحن مقدمين اولادنا ومالنا ورزقنا كله فدا السيد، ولولا السيد ودم الشهداء ما في كون عوز الارض بيضل بهالبلد.
An American Airlines flight from JFK Airport to Delhi was forced to divert to Rome and dramatically landed under fighter escorts after a bomb threat on board. The 199 passengers and 15 crew members on American Airlines Flight 292 endured nearly 15 hours stuck on the plane as a result of the scare. The flight was just 2 hours from its destination when it made an abrupt U-turn over the Central Asian country of Turkmenistan due to impossible security issue, and the airline confirmed passengers said the first sign they had something was wrong was when the captain announced a diversion due to a security cause before the aircraft made a sharp 180-degree turn away from the Indian capital and back towards Europe. Jaw-dropping images on social media show the Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner being tailed by two Italian Eurofighter Typhoon warplanes. In total, passengers were stuck in the air for 14 hours and 45 minutes before they finally landed at Rome's Leonardo da Vinci Airport. The left is nervous, and with Trump's victory, the irritation has turned into hysteria, not only because conservatives are winning, but because conservatives are now collaborating globally. Italian Premier Giorgia Meloni at the CPAC 2025 conference in Washington, D.C. From Trump to Meloni to Modi, leaders are standing strong against double standards and lies to the left. The people are voting for change. Conservatives are winning and delivering.
It's at risk. The only thing that you can do is to put it in the wiser hands. That is why conservatives keep on growing and are becoming more and more influential in European politics. And that is why the left is nervous. And with Trump's victory, their irritation has turned into hysteria. Not only because conservatives are winning, but because conservatives are now collaborating globally. When Bill Clinton and Tony Blair created the global leftist liberal network in the 90s, they were called statesmen. Today, when Trump, Meloni, Milei, or maybe Modi talk, they are called a threat to democracy. This is the left's double standard. But we're used to it. We are used to it. And the good news is people no longer believe in their lies. Despite all the mud they throw at us, citizens keep voting for us. Because simply, people are not naive as the left considers them. They vote for us because we defend freedom. We love our nations. We want secure borders. We preserve businesses and citizens from the green leftist insanity. We defend family and life. We fight against wokeism. We protect our sacred right to our fate and our...
Well, those were the latest updates in World Bulletin. Keep watching CVR News English. This is Havila Kottapalli. Stay tuned.